agree with me or not, I think that this for this stream, I think perhaps we talk about whether or not, like, what do you think is the best way of regulating this? Because I think that I don't know whether or not people want, like, the Bitcoin, the crypto people wants to bring the masses into this mission, but sometimes I think with I belong to the mainstream, I guess, and I'm still figuring things out. I'm still trying to see, like, in what way do I even want to get involved in this? Like, what do you think is the best way of regulating this? Because it's not until that happens, it's not going to get much mainstream involvement. So
yeah, like if I have to kind of give my opinions on this, I would just put the traditional financial regulation onto this, because I think we should not look at this very differently than all the other kind of traditional financial instruments. For example, to me, a non-DeFi or a proof of stake, let's just say a proof of stake token, to me is not a currency, and it's not a commodity. Certainly not a scarcity, right? Because I guess given the fact that the creator or the stakeholder can actually print more whenever they want, it should be treated as a stock. It's a digital security online on blockchain. So why not treat it like a stock, right? I think governments should regulate these crypto, this kind of proof of stake crypto, on behalf of their citizens, right? To protect their citizens' right. So if you're not trading in a regulated stock market, then maybe you should do something like ADR, right? American Depository Receipt. You need to register with a bank. Your token should need to be registered to a bank, so it can be regulated. It can be traded. And then there are these exchanges, or or so-called asset management company of the world, right? That they help customer to keep the crypto in custody. They should be held accountable for asset management license, right? Because you are actually managing other people's asset. So that's number two. And then for the Bitcoin, or for all the DeFi, and I'm sorry that I offended people. I'm sure there's good DeFi crypto out there. These DeFi crypto, we should just leave it alone, because it's DeFi and nobody has complete control over it. We should just let it kind of run its course, like gold, like silver, like all the commodity there's out there. That would be my my approach.
What about you, May?
Well, I interviewed Ben Zhao, CEO of Bybit yesterday, so I took some ideas from him. Looking forward is self-regulation. If regulators are slow, and they're slow on the DeFi and CeFi space, self-regulation is the only way. In the DeFi world, it's very resilient. If you see the event BlockFi recently, and Genesis might have some problems, CCG, those group of people, Grayscale, and you see FTX, Three Arrows, those people are regulated parties. And you see the DeFi is more resilient when it comes to this big fall. So because DeFi has a lot of imposter forkings and a lot of competitions going there, people need to answer the users, has to answer to the users. And for the regulated parties, now there's like demand push, I want this, I want that, proof of reserve or anything. So regulators didn't require that, but users want that, and now exchanges now responding to the users, because at the end of the day, users are the one who brings bread and butter. And yes, regulators will slow down the self-regulating process, right? It's imperfect market right there. But when we and I think it's beautiful to see both worlds. Like DeFi is super self-regulated, and you see half self-regulated right here in the DeFi market. But self-regulations is something that you're looking at, and maybe through some learnings, I'm not going to say pain, but through some learnings and experiences, people will come up with better and better solutions.
Okay, great. Okay, I seem to learn a lot today. Sorry to cut you guys short because we have already reached